All right, we are live. Hel- Hello, everyone. It's Resha Cinco here, and today we are going to be playing Final Fantasy 16. But this time, it's pretty much like the end, well, post game. So, I mean, right now I'm pretty much back to home or HQ or whatever. And at this point, I'm planning on doing all the side quests. Which I was really surprised that, like, late in the game, they actually have, like, a shit ton. What did they see we got? Like, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So, let's knock them all down one by one then. And then after that, I can check for the hunts. And then after that, I think I'm going to do more, like trial stuff.
Clive, this is it then, brother. Indeed. You're wrong.
And I think I beat the game yesterday. You could probably check out, like, my VOD from yesterday. Like, on the end credits, I pretty much gave my overall thoughts about was it Final Fantasy 16,
Sure what's wrong.
as well as my plans, after this game.
It's
Because I did say that
nothing.
I actually checked yesterday for like a little small recap. I spent about
The undying
well,
found father's will.
the game came out in
Something
last
you
month around like the
as well.
22nd,
How
and then I remember I took a week off because I was going to Anime Expo.
beneath Rosalith Castle.
So that means that overall it took me about a few weeks to beat the game, and I definitely did take my time for the most part. I think yesterday, if I really wanted to, I could have just like did all the quests before doing the final like dungeon and final boss. But nah, I think everyone's taking a while. So I think I'm deciding to like save all the side quests until like post game.
I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do. Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
So this stream is just gonna be just take my time doing side quests, chilling, and all that good stuff. I'm probably like there's some other like place I can think I can go back to the other like places and check like what other areas I haven't fully explored yet. Yeah, this is honestly let's just talk to everyone. Perhaps I can like kill two birds with one stone, or like let me potentially up to like seven birds with one stone with these side quests.
Thank you, Uncle.
As for down here... Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control.
I know that like tomorrow the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel like selection pack is coming. It has two of my favorite archetypes, Dark World and Trap Tricks. So I'm contemplating whether or not just to stream that tomorrow or just save it for the weekend. Because I am planning on just, having a good old time just like playing it like all day. And what a treat, honestly, right? I honestly expected it to come in separate packs, but them coming like together, can't wait. I do have like a shit ton of gemmies saved up for it.
Few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A
So,
unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our
maybe,
ancestors.
just maybe,
In short, if
I'll
Storm
save
does
it
not
for...
stand together,
Yeah, I'm still 50-50 whether or not to take the weekend or not.
How would one even begin to unite the realm?
the armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn
Maybe
to
Saturday
protect
I'll
it.
save that, like, the
Sadly,
stream.
doubt
I think
I
tomorrow
can
I
convince
might
even the
just
lowliest
do...
gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together.
Probably, like, Crash
I do
Bandit,
know
and
someone
I have still
high
other
on
games
this
to like
have
get
been
get
known
to.
listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the
I honestly,
was adamant that he be
after
allowed to
playing Final
praise
Fantasy
you
16, I really wanted to get the Game of the
don't
Year.
mind, do you, my
I'm
boy?
biased. I know, like, if I'm looking at objectively, I'd say that
Of course not.
Tears of a Kingdom will
As long as chaos
probably
reigns,
get
we will
it.
build a better world.
I'd be shocked if that game doesn't
Do
get
whatever
it.
takes. And if the field marshal wishes
I
to
mean,
speak with me
who knows? There are
first,
other contenders too. Like,
so be it.
there's like Hogwarts Legacy,
That's the
as well
spirit.
as Resident Evil 4
I'll leave for
Remake.
Randalar at
So,
once. Would you send us Stolas?
Of course.
uh,
Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital.
I mean, the
I'll
competition's
have
pretty
him tell
tough.
Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
What I'm expecting next
Oh,
year
thank
to
you.
hopefully get Game of the Year would be Final Fantasy 7 like Remake Part 2. I forgot if that game won like Game of the Year when it first came out. At least Part 1, I mean. Because, you know, Persona... Don't get me wrong, I love, like, Persona 5 Royal, but I don't think that, like... I think, like, in the wide scheme of things, like, it was just, like... Everyone just, like, liked it. Because I would say that... I would say, honestly, Final Fantasy is just, like, what's more, like, well-known and more, like, widely regarded compared to Persona. I think nowadays it's Persona's already reached that like mainstream title, but like Final Fantasy's been there, like, you know, it's been established like for forever. Because you already have like what Final Fantasy, what 7, you know, 1 to 16 already, and then with Persona, the games that people it has like technically 5, but it's primarily just the like the 3, 4, and 5 that people just really like talk about.
I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. That's a...
Okay, who else we need?
They could have chosen somewhere closer.
How the hell did I miss her?
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Excuse me. Oh man, I had like a nice.
Liberated by whoever
I had a nice fat lunch. I had pretty much
I'd like to
leftover.
believe that I've earned your trust,
I think it's like
Tyler.
curry stew.
And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden curse breakers from
Wait, not curry.
traveling to
No, I think it was
Waluda,
just like stew.
can't let
It had like,
those
you know,
bearers die in
meat,
their cells.
potatoes.
I'd rather risk shipwreck
And
on
some
the Shadow Coast
bread. Ugh, pretty stuffed.
We'll be needing the Enterprise.
I honestly could just go, like, you know, without dinner tonight, or just, like, eat probably very late.
Will we travel together? And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Okay, who else we got? Oh, damn it. You know what? Nah, probably, nah, I can go around. Let's see. I mean, let me see if the board's actually updated. What's up, buddy? Oh, no. Maybe after I complete all my side quests, should be updated. Okay. What are you staring at?
What do you think happened?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No? Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
Ha.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay, what we got here? What you got cooking?
If you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right!
No, I thought she was actually scared.
If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them. But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, a And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Whatever should I write next?
I don't know if they mentioned it before, but I don't know if it's just me, but it was like the first time that that's her. So that's her actual full name. And Mid's just like a nickname, I guess. What the hell? Okay. What the hell's this? Alright.
Alright, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. What the hell is she staring at? Hey, get back to sweeping. No messing around. Okay, hold on. I guess I have to go down then? The heck?
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Nope. Let's just go back to get our last quest and then we'll head out. Whee! Dude, it's actually pretty gorgeous. Like this place. Okay.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelter.
First the skies, then the crystal.
All right. Wait, we got 2 quests. Let's go.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story. What is it this time, Torgal?
Hi, hey. What's up, Jill?
Clive, do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war. I still wear mine, so I made you this instead. Red is the color of passion, the fire in your heart. Fierce and bright, it binds you and your brother, you and your friends, you and me.
Our bond. May it never be broken.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
Oh, that's sweet. Maybe I should have actually talked to her right before, you know, heading off to, like, the final battle. It's whatever. The heck? I mean, I'm actually curious, like, how much would I have to go for it in order to get completionist? Because I think at this point, who's a good boy? I would have to, like, do everything, which I think I'm on the track of doing in terms of at least side quests and hunts.
Something, boy.
Just imagine she just talks right now.
What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
How long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you?
And it's like a little accessory as well.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Say what you will.
I mean, it's pretty convenient. I'm able to, like, do everything at this place before, like, heading out. Let's try a nice little dialogue.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me?
You want a treat, boy?
I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
I'm not done yet. And then we can pick apart these quests one by one. I just love just doing like side quests, the incentives they give you, right? And just the need to just, you know, complete them. Again, they're like, I feel like it's low-key recommended to do the side quests, and they're pretty enjoyable too.
Thank you, Clive.
They're not that boring.
But
Some could be, but overall, like, you know,
are you sure?
Please.
having the like actual dialogue and hearing the, like, you know,
Wisdom and insight whenever I asked.
hearing the audio
Only
actually
right
does
that I
help.
return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
He's still there.
Ah, Clive, my boy.
Imagine he's just sitting there without taking any breaks or never got any food.
There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
And you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
My hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, It is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit. Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. Finished. This should be enough. All right. Be safe. Nice try. still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Why the hell would... to take the bearer's side?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? Driving away our customers.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here? What is it, fella? You look pale. There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Further, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
What's an
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Huh? What's the...
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie.
Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving.
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Just go. Yeah. Come on, then.
Lubor. Wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going! And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Everyone's just like throwing rocks at. I'd be fucking furious if people were just throwing rocks at me.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. They are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. Main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready.
Finally.
Keep them waiting.
Alright, let's fight. That. Alright, let's go.
There it is. The flood.
us inside.
Oh, shit. I can take him. Well, looks like a party. You guys aren't tough. Haha, bully him. Woo! Gotcha. Now, if I can pull that off consistently, I'd be fucking invincible. Shit. Ah, god damn it. Let me charge. Yeah. Whoo! It's over. Fuck you. Woo! Kill him. Ooh. It's fucking over. Final flash. Combo.
You're finished.
Oh shit. I forgot to stock up on the potions.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
Oh, man.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly,
dude, when he says Dalimil, I always think of this Dalimil as like the freaking, was it the yogurt?
bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
What we got here now?
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these, works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else? Dragon's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Well, you know what that means. I gotta make her more disappointed. Nah, not that. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Not that much of an asshole.
Faster!
Yeah!
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
Woo! Faster! Faster! The hell? Do I want to fight that thing? Oh shit! Oh, you know what? Yeah.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
For House Rossfield! Oh, fuck you. Nice. Up. Woo! God. Shit. Oh yeah. Why am I? What the hell am I doing? Fuck you. All right. Fuck this. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I got out of here. Okay, heal me. Yes. Fuck this shit. Yeah. Woo! It's taking a... Keep stacking up. Haha. Oh shit. Woo! Cook 'em. Oh shit. Fuck, I don't think I saved. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Yeah, I can't take any chances. Woo! Oh. Alright, fuck this. I gotta finish it. Yes. Stay there. Oh shit. Fuck, I had to waste it.
Enough.
Fuck, that was bad. That was so bad. Yeah. Holy shit, that was fucking careless.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
The what stone? Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I need to go back. It's whatever.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal is...
Okay, what you got?
How may I help you today, Clive?
Yo.
Here you are. Come again.
Okay, what do we got here? 12, 30, 15. I mean, the experience is like, that's whatever, honestly. You see? Increases damage by 5%. Holy shit, let's go.
We have more for you.
So 30 plus attack was 5. Like, these guys are so fucked.
Still alive, are ya? Ta-ra, then.
Thank you, Karen.
You could do this Go on, then.
I mean, the defender. Wait. At least I can craft first.
You'll break your back stuffing all that in your satchel. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
No, that was just the only one I get. Fuck me.
Finished, are you?
Wait. I never used the strength tonic, honestly. Alright, let's see that.
Crack the crystal. Not a very good one, but then... So, what'll it be?
What can I make? Nope, I can't make any of these yet. Yeah, let's do it.
Should last you a good while.
Okay, let's see. Can I reinforce it? No.
That it?
But it's nice and upgrade, so... whatever. Yeah. Let's get it. Honestly, I was planning on saving like that last elixir for like the final boss, but it's dumb. Who cares? Wait, what? What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I don't really care about running away. Whee! Da, 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 da.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Is that it? Right?
It looks like we found him.
Woo! Counter! Ah, shit. Ah, let's go. Wah! Yep, and I got a follow-up too. The down ultimate. Beautiful.
materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Wait, slowly. It's a little weird.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain now.
And the Heartstone claimed.
Hearthstone. Oh, it's Hearthstone off. Oh, god damn it. It sounded like Hearthstone, the card game, which I kind of miss, honestly. It's been like what?
Yes, this radiant luster
I think I stopped playing like early this year.
Thank you, my lord.
Or like late last year.
Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion, and the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after father died, mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued. Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay your father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it. For it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Do.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm less certain.
Holy shit, they're like spawning of these like zombies. Jeez.
But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us.
God damn it. Kinda hate how it doesn't let me just like jump off.
It's just back there. Better already. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men.
Aww.
I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
I can actually kind of relate to that. I do look up to my father in like high regards as well.
We all have.
And I'm not just saying that because he's, you know, the man, you know, who brought me here, obviously, but
Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods.
is that seeing it? Yeah, it's actually really tragic what happened like in the prologue too. It was just like, wow, he just met his end in a very like tragic way.
That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
I mean, if he died fighting like a dragon head on, right? Then I would say, you know what, he died pretty noble, in like in a very awesome, you know, very noble and kind of awesome way. But I think he died here, Clive's father, in which he had to push. I guess he, if I recall correctly, pushed his dad away. What the hell? Or no, pushed his son away because he was about to get slayed.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Don't that. I mean, I thought he was already in my party for like, you know, for a while. No? Huh, weird.
Do you see that too?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Whee! Throughout this game, I wish Torgo actually got his own like bird, you know, so he doesn't have to, you know, waste his energy. Okay, what we got here?
That can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal. Oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
You're gonna finish me? Yeah, right. Woo! Woo! Ah, fuck you. Woo! Oh, no more follow-up? Haha! Yes! Dude, this lasted probably a long time. Woo!
A little longer than I'd have liked.
That was nothing.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. Doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm. And he needs your help to see it through.
before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience.
Woo.
Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Good old Quentin. You know, Quentin. My friend.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the third chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the firebird's flame ever burn in your heart. When last I heard from him, the third chair was bound for Mickleback.
If this new faith really is an offshoot...
Nickelback? I love them.
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
Okay. What? Damn. Let's see. Okay. Right, who am I supposed to, like, what am I supposed to farm now?
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving?
Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A startling argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. I'd at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
And who'll pay for that?
Should be here somewhere.
He'd have our coin, our stock and our stores.
Aha.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Quest time. Look at. I just love the fact that everyone's just setting up camp here.
I would speak with this duke.
The heck? Hey, what's up, Ara? How have you been? Yep, it's Final Fantasy 16. How have you been, man? If you're wondering, this is post game. I beat the game yesterday, so I'm just doing like side quests. And there's a lot to go around, so there's a lot more, you know, stuff to do. Have you played Final Fantasy 16 yet or nah?
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed
I've been fine. It's just kind of hot. You know, summer's approaching. I got back from like Anime Expo like what's today? About last week, which was pretty fun. I kind of hated it how Expo came around at the same time. Was it Final Fantasy 16 came out? So I didn't have enough. So I didn't have that much time, and I kind of missed out like a week worth of like game time. But I'm back, pretty much just like, you know, caught up, and I finished the game. I give it like a somewhere between like a 9.5 to 10 out of 10 game.
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Yeah, I finished the game. You could probably check my VODs. I have it like yes. You can see it yesterday. It's great. I think I said before that I really want this game to win Game of the Year. But if I'm going to be very objective here, I don't think it's going to happen because Tears of a Kingdom for Zelda, it's going to probably get it. It's like it's such a high bar.
My father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you.
Who knows? Maybe Resident Evil 4 remake or Hogwarts Legacy takes it. But as much as I love like Final Fantasy, I have to give it to Tears of the Kingdom.
He is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
I just know this weekend I can't wait to get back into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because of the new selection pack that's coming out. We got ourselves Dark Worlds, we got ourselves Trap Tricks, all that good stuff. I was really surprised that both of those archetypes that I was looking forward to are coming out at the same time. What a coincidence. And it seems that like Dark Worlds has like third wave of support. I remembered like it was like 10 years ago they got that structure deck. They had Grapha. Well, for its time it was really good, but now like they're releasing more broken, you know, more consistent broken Dark World support, which I don't mind actually.
Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer.
Hey, what are you talking about, man? We got cool characters. We got Clive here, and now that you mention it too, I actually read somewhere that like initially it wasn't supposed to be called Final Fantasy. It was supposed to be called Fighting Fantasy. But from what I've heard, it's that Fighting Fantasy was already like copyright or trademarked, so Final Fantasy became the, you know, like the overall name. And honestly, well, I mean, I think Fighting Fantasy kind of still rolls off the tongue, but no, Final Fantasy is still good too because FF like. And speaking of Cloud, did you play Final Fantasy VII at all, like the original or the remake Part 1? Because I played both, and I know that Final Fantasy VII Part 2 is coming out next year, early next year. For the rumors, for what I've been hearing, take it with a grain of salt, is that it's going to be coming out the end of January of next year. So my plan is to like stream Final Fantasy 7 Part 1 leading up to the release of 2. So there's that.
It's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
I mean, if you're wondering, like, what Final Fantasy games have you played? Because if you're wondering about me, I've played 3, 4, 7. I dropped 8 because I just couldn't do it, honestly, because with the whole card system and all that. And I played 9, I played 10. I didn't play 10 Part 2. I played 12. Didn't play 13 or 15. I wasn't interested. I don't play 14 either. I heard it's good though, but eh. But 16? Sweet. And from what I heard, people like it a lot more than 15. I heard mixed things about 15. I played the demo for 16. Fan-fucking-tastic. I know a friend who got a PS4 in 15 at the time it came out. Like, it was a mixed bag. The initial, so I for what I heard, the demo was just like you're just on like the, is this dudes in like a car or truck. That's it.
Even when our true enemy is
Yeah.
hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied
There are
man.
so many Final Fantasy games,
Thank
and
you so much for your help.
I mean, like, people argue about like what Final Fantasy game was like the absolute peak. I think people argue that 7 was pretty much the peak, as well as like it's the most talked about of all out of all of the Final Fantasy games. Because with 7, right, like the overall cast, the music, as well as the whole plot was just like overall fantastic. So it's no surprise that that Final Fantasy game got itself a remake. And it's pretty old too. It came out in 1997. I mean, I would say that I would get back into 8 if they have a remake for it. I have no interest getting into 8, back into 8.
You know what? They're back. Seems that way.
Oh, Final Fantasy 7 was the one with Cloud. The one with Sephiroth and Cloud. The one with, you know, your favorite.
Go and see what's what.
The blonde, the spiky haired blonde dude.
You know, Grieger's weep.
And speaking of which, I remember there was like, what was the, I forgot, what was the movie? It was, I think it was the Advent Children, right? The one in 2005. That was pretty awesome to watch. Like, even to this day, you'll see like a lot of like art, you know, fan art of like Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and like everyone else. I mean, I'd say Cloud's like he's one of my favorites. Clive's pretty up there too. I think Tidus for like Final Fantasy X, he was okay. I think the thing that really stands out with him was just the ha 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 laughing scene.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
I actually forgot who the hell was the revolver sword. Was it Final Fantasy V, or I have no clue what you're talking about. If you can describe more about it. Yeah! Holy shit. Again, this game, it has that Kingdom Hearts-esque, you know, feel to it, which I really like. And I know that people argue about how, you know,
Call that a test, Ultima.
what was it? People miss the whole turn-based system, you know, if you know what I mean, right? You have like 4 dudes, and then you just like you control one of the dudes, you select your move, and just like let it rip.
I dispatched the few that I found.
I grew up in an era where, like, you know, I really just liked the turn-based stuff. I think, like, before I was really iffy about playing for 16 because I was just so used to not, like, you know, thinking too much. And I wasn't as comfortable, you know, just, you know, I have to, like, think on the spot while I do my actions. With the exception of with Kingdom Hearts. But for Final Fantasy, you know what? I feel a lot more comfortable now.
Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have a
I highly recommend I highly recommend the game. I got myself the deluxe version, okay? And what was really lame was that I ordered the game. It was supposed to come out, you know, the day it came out, but it turned out that like I had to wait. I believe it came out like later on, like at night or like the next day. I was so mad. And then when it finally came out, I was like, yes, go. I gotta play this game. And depending if you want to buy it or not, I highly just play the demo. The demo itself covers a lot.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a
And I will say I don't want to spoil if you want to play this game. I mean, hey, you're already watching me play, like, you know, post game, so you might be like spoiling yourself. But yeah, just you know, just check it out. The game came out like what, about
people fight?
It's only been about 3 weeks since the game came out. And I think I've spent like between 20 to 40 hours on this game already. How much does the game cost? It should cost like $60. I think if you want to get the deluxe version, it might be like 80 or 90. I forgot. Because I know with the deluxe version, you get yourself a nice little, you know, case. You get yourself like a little map and a little and all that.
Father, but we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people. Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this.
And I think, and even like, I actually heard about the announcement for Final Fantasy 16. I saw a bit of the gameplay of it. I didn't really think too much about it, and I was kind of coming into the game blind. Overall, holy shit! God damn, what an asshole! But anyway, the game itself, I've seen like a bit of like the devs showcasing their super skills to everyone else, which is pretty awesome. And it feels in the game itself, it feels like, you know, like a movie too, right? Like a, you know, because you get to like all the cool actions, you know, inputs and all that like massive shit, but just being able just to hear and just like interact, it takes it to a whole new level.
I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflame. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
Oh, my nose.
Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun.
I would say that like, okay, since I'm like this year it's by Final Fantasy 16, the next year Final Fantasy 7. I can't wait, honestly. And I'm a big Persona fan too, so I know that Persona 3 Reload or Reload or Remake is coming out early next year too. So I hope they're like spaced out between each other so I can take my time. I think ideally it would be preferable if Persona 3 came out like maybe a month or two after Final Fantasy 7 releases. I mean, wait. I actually don't know what movies for Final Fantasy are there. I just know like the 7, like the 1-7 one. That's it.
She is but a common whore. Yes.
I actually don't know what other like Final Fantasy movies are there, and I probably wouldn't check it out. I mean, the one I might check out would be like maybe 4 and 10. I think the 4 and 10 are the ones that like I kind of like. I don't know what your thoughts on just like remakes in general, because it feels like because nowadays like people are like kind of hating on like on remakes, whether it be like movies or video games, but I think there's more leniency towards video games because they do like pretty well, honestly. Like for instance, Resident Evil 4, Final Fantasy, as well as now Persona. But in terms of like you never seen gameplay of Persona, yeah, I would say that check out Persona 3. You can just it's a pretty old game. Like Persona 3 is the one game I played when it came out. It came out like in 2006-7. So like if you don't want to like play with like, you know, older like, you know, visuals and graphics, I'm not going to like stop you, but I would recommend checking it out, because the thing about Persona is that it's like your JRPG game, but it's different considering the fact that like you have, what is it? I would describe it, it's a not just a RPG, turn-based RPG game, but it's also a combination of that as well as like a visual novel or like a dating sim, in which like you get to like, you know, make friendships with like other characters, and like especially with like the girls, you can probably like go on dates with like have a relationship with them, and they actually like they are actually very beneficial to like the gameplay, like the combat itself. Because if you like, for instance, spend the more time you spend with like a friend, like a male or female companion, you can like get a lot of cool power-ups. And also the soundtrack too. I just love the soundtrack. I think that probably I just go on like YouTube, check out Final Fantasy. Oh, no, not Final Fantasy. Persona 3 opening credits, and if you want to like check out like the soundtrack itself,
These are clean kills.
go ahead. I highly recommend like try to play the game for the first few hours. I will say that for Persona 3, because that's what was my entry point. How I got into Persona was that like my brother he asked me like, oh hey, have you heard of these games before? And I said no. Oh, you should check them out. They're like RPG games. And he knew that like I just love like turn-based RPGs. I played like Final Fantasy. I played like Mario and Luigi games.
If you want him, you'll have to go
And
through me.
after like after I played the first few hours of it, I pretty much fell in love with the game and the series itself. I was pretty obsessed with it. I played 3 and 4. I know people like argue which one like I should play you should play. I just play in order. I mean, I know if you heard about Persona 5, that's pretty up there too. And I would say that arguably might be like the peak of the series. But again, I highly recommend this play in order. And for Persona 4, they have it like a enhanced version of it too. So there's like pretty much like a DLC, more extra content, and more like new features and improvements on the game itself. Oh shit, counter time, bitch. Woo! Alright. Final flash! Dude, it's like the most powerful move in the game. Holy shit. Oh, it almost feels like it's cheating. Once you like, upgrade all of the stats. Yeah, I would say so. Just, you could probably, like, emulate it or just buy it from the PlayStation Store, like Persona 3. But, again, you could just, like, check... If you could do this, right? You could play the first few hours of Persona 3. FES. Because there's a difference. Apparently, there are 3 different, like, Persona 3 games. I will say Persona 3 is just its original. Persona 3 FES is probably the one you want, because it has something called The Answer, which is like the sequel to the original Persona 3 game, and Persona 3 PSP is just like Persona, but you get to have an option of playing with a female MC. Oh yeah, I would say in the game you can change the outfit. Oh, in this game? Oh. I haven't bothered. I'm not too sure you can. I don't think so.
And you're here to fight.
I mean, are you the guy who likes to, when you get to change costumes? I mean, I kind of like that sometimes, depending on what the costumes they give you. Like I was saying before, you could probably check out, I highly recommend, checking out Persona 3 FES. Play a couple hours of it to see how it is. And then if you like it, keep playing more of it. But I will say that, like, unless, you might just play the first few hours and it'd be like, I'm good. I'm going to wait until, like, the remake comes out, right? But I know some people will be like, you know what? I'm going to play the original Persona 3 FES game. And then after that, I'm going to play the remake to see all the side-by-side, like, comparisons.
There are so many of them. Not for long.
Oh, I can change the sword? Yeah, I can change the sword. I pretty much get myself like more powerful like swords all down the way. Woo! Dude, I'm just juggling. Holy shit. You know what? I'm just gonna dodge. I have wings. I'm just charging it up.
Is it over?
Yeah, there are different like you could say that. There are different classes, I would say, in which to play. Oh, fuck. But here's the thing though, I don't want to spoil it. I think, just to let you know, there are multiple of these classes you can play. But oh shit. Fucking hell. Fuck you. Woo! Get out of here. Alright, and now for the finishing touch. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you how many classes are there. You would have to play and figure out yourself. I don't want to spoil too much. Hell, even watching me, you might be spoiling yourself. But the good thing is I'm just doing side quests. You probably don't know what the hell's going on.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
I will say that the criticisms people have about this game is like the lack of items. There's not like that much, honestly. I guess it's focused more on terms of the combat. I mean, kinda. Well, I don't. Not really. The turn-based would be like, everyone's just like, you know, they're facing an enemy. You have 4 dudes facing it, and then you get to select your moves and just like let it rip. Like I said before. Like Persona is a game that I know some people just find it very boring, in which like, oh, you just have them to stay in one place, and you just select the moves, and bam, they just like do magic or just attack and just come back. Whoop-de-doo, right?
You were right.
But you know, there are some like RPG games that do like work, that are pretty fun, that have like, you know, like a style or gimmick to it, like Persona 5 or 4 and 3 too, as well as Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. That Paper Mario game, it was pretty much the peak of it. It's timeless. If a game would really want to, if I would want a game to get a remake, it would probably be like the original Paper Mario 64 game, because Thousand Year Door, it still looks like, for its time, it's visually pleasing, and it's not. I don't think it really needs a remake, honestly. I mean, it'd be cool. I'd play it, but like, it doesn't. It's not necessary. Oh, what's the ultimate finishing move I did? It's pretty much like it's like I think it was Mega. Pretty sure it's Giga Flare, Mega Flare. I kind of confused both of them. It's pretty much like a solar beam cannon, which I can do like 50 hits.
You have the right of it again, as did you, Sabine.
It's
Radiant said it himself.
It's pretty fucking great. It's like the best, like, you know, single finisher.
I forgot that, and I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father.
I will say that you probably get it like late game. I don't really want to spoil the other ones.
How the people felt.
This is pretty much like my late game build.
But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my...
And in this game, there's a lot like side quests. I would say I highly recommend doing them. And some of the, you know, the quests, the dialogue, it can be like very like, you know, dull. It's just they talk a lot. It's kind of boring. if you want to just get into the action.
Safety, security, prosperity.
But I will say that
For the entire realm.
this game is heavily influenced by like Game of Thrones. That's what I've heard, right? If you watch like the Game of Thrones series, right, you'll see parallels between this game and the Game of Thrones.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, for one, it takes place like in a medieval like setting.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me.
Yeah, I would say that for me, I watched how I got into Game of Thrones was that my brother, he recommended me to watch like a South Park parody of Game of Thrones, and in that parody it had like so many spoilers, and then after watching the parody, I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm actually gonna watch like, you know, Game of Thrones, like, you know, by myself until like the 4th season just came out and we watched together as a family. I still remember it was like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Walking Dead. Those like shows were kind of like the around like the peak of like of that, like, you know, TV era.
I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wood.
Like it would keep like trending on Twitter. Everyone would just keep talking about it, especially Game of Thrones. Unfortunately, Game of Thrones, like the quality of the show went downhill after like certain seasons, but it's not too surprising because like the show pretty much like caught up with the books itself, and they had like the directors just like did their own, you know, thing.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to mount one end of a stretcher if it would help.
Yeah, I recommend Game of Thrones. Yeah, I would say that it really depends on how committed you are to watching it. Because I don't know if you're the type of guy who likes to... You hear about something, it gets bad at like near the end of a certain show, but like you kind of want to watch it just to see the shit show and you're curious. Like for instance, if you watch like the anime, I think it's Promised Neverland. That's a good example of it. Like first season's great, and people say just read the manga after that, or like just don't bother watching like season 2.
Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford.
I highly recommend Breaking Bad. I'd say that's like a timeless show, especially if it's spin-off Better Call Saul. I would say that you watch Breaking Bad first, then Better Call Saul.
He was my master's
Yeah.
guard, the gentlest man I have
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil the second season. Just if you want to watch it, watch it. I don't know if you want me to give you like my thoughts on it without spoilers, but at the same time that could be like a spoiler for you. Because for me, I personally try my best to like not spoil for other people. I remember at one point I did. It accidentally came out, me spoiling some things. But I don't want to be like one of those like, you know, assholes who just deliberately spoil it for people, you know? Like, I don't know if you saw that one viral like video of some guy at a parking lot, right? He was like driving around and he saw a bunch of people like lining up for in Barnes and Nobles trying to get the new Harry Potter book. And then he just like, you know, he drove around and he screamed out of the window, "Snape killed Dumbledore!" And then this girl just said, "No!" That was like, come on, why you gotta do that? I still remember like my brothers and my cousins, right? They were very into like Harry Potter. They would just like, you know, I guess take turns like sharing the book, or just like if they got got a copy of the books, they would just like lock themselves in their room and just to read it.
That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would
I still remembered like during that time because I know Harry Potter's just popping off, and then like after that, I guess Twilight. I remember people said that Twilight was going to be the next Harry Potter, and I heard like mixed things about like the movies itself.
Perhaps that is why I have such
I only watched the first three movies of Harry Potter, and to be honest, I watched the movie first and I read the book because I actually have like not that great of an imagination, so I think I have to like visualize who Harry is, and then okay, that's easy. I know who Harry, Ron, and Hermione is.
Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what if
And speaking of Harry Potter, like Hogwarts Legacy is like that game came out like early this year, and it's like I've heard some like mixed things about it. No, I never finished Harry Potter. I was never a Harry Potter guy, and coincidentally, I actually talked to like a coworker about it. He even told me that like the first three like movies were like the best, and like everything just kind of was just whatever. How about you? Did you like did you like complete the movies and the books? Because for me, it's like, yep. I remembered, it wasn't Harry Potter. It was like Percy Jackson's The Lightning Thief. I remembered like my teacher, he like, introduced it to me. He told me it was like Harry Potter, but with like, I guess like with Greek mythology. And I was actually like really interested in the book. I remember like I read like I think the first two books.
Where is Ember?
And then I just never bothered.
Thought I'd find him with you.
Good times. I still remember reading like it back in like I think it was like 5th or 6th grade.
Where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there.
Good times. Good times.
Sword. I had to step in and take care of things.
Nowadays, I can't really read books because it's honestly, it's super hard to focus now because like, we have all your technology, right? You have like your games and your smartphones and all that. It's really, I know that certain people, I think even certain I think I've even heard like people like rich people. I think like Bill Gates, he like does not like give his like children like an iPad or a phone or anything like that. Like I don't know how's it for like this generation. If you think that they're kind of fucked because like they're just so upset. They're just like the consumption of like technology and social media has just kind of like brought the brain.
And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course.
I mean, 20 years ago, right? Without like having a the internet or the smartphones, I guess people had fun just by reading books, going to a book club. I think, and going out and going to the arcade, watching like a sports game. I mean, you can still do that now, but I don't know if I speak on behalf of like the average person. They could just stay within the comfort of their own home and just like do that. I mean, and speaking of sports, I actually did go to like a baseball game with friends, and for the first time, and it was pretty fucking fun. Like the difference between if you see like watching like esports and then actual sports when it comes to like the crowd and the energy, it's vastly different. Like going into like the stadium and just like you just have to it's hard to describe, but you just have to like go there once to check it out, whether it be like a football game, a basketball game, or like maybe a soccer game too. I don't know if like I actually well, I didn't go to where is it, the World Cup in like Qatar, but I remember waking up like pretty fucking early to like go to like it was like 20 minutes at like 7 a.m. where I'm from to go to like go to my family member's house and my cousins and just watch it, and it was like a really phenomenal experience. If you like follow like the World Cup and all that. You know, Messi, Ronaldo, who's the GOAT, yada yada. It was really exciting. Even like my coworkers were talking about it in office.
Good girl.
And they actually made bets, right? Like, all right, who's gonna take it and all and whatnot. Is it? I know that the whole, was it Messi, Ronaldo, the storylines between the two. Apparently, it's like the greatest, you know, sports rivalry of all time, because how they are like, they're very similar in like achievements and stats. Wait, are you talking about like American football or like soccer football? Because I realized that like, and I took Spanish class too, so pretty much football is soccer, but football Americano is American, like, you know the American football we know. Like here in America, we call it just like football is just American football, but soccer is just, you know, soccer. Yeah, that football. Because again, I realize that not everything revolves around America. I'll say that. Shocking enough, right? It's like if I ask my friends, right, hey, are you guys down to play some football? And they'll be like, wait, do you mean like football as in American football or like soccer? So yeah, you kind of have to make the distinction depending on which, like, you know, area or region you're going to. But I have no problem, because in my like area, they know football as like, you know, American football. I never played football. I'm pretty like a little. I think I would like break limbs and shit, because I'm pretty like, you know, I'm not like bulky, and I don't think I'm even that fast.
The village seems safe enough at least.
I actually have a lot of respect for, like, you know, athletes, because especially like, you know, the top ones, right? Because no, their like diet and training is like intense. Like they have to have like trainers and all that, and it's super strict too. You have to eat like certain meals, and you can't. Well, maybe like once a week or so you can have like a cheat day. But if it really, like, you know, shows that it's weighing you down, like, no, fuck that. You're not allowed. You're not gonna like eat like a shit ton of sugar and like fat.
What are you doing here? Is this?
There's always like a debate whether or not like how much of it is like is talent versus how much of it is hard work. Because some argue that, like, you know, a certain percent of it is talent, but the other percent is hard work. Because even with talent, right? Like, yeah, it's great you're talented, but, you know, I believe that there's a saying, right? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard enough. But even with talent, you can't just like goof around. You still have to put in the effort. I mean, you still have an advantage. It's like, wait, what's the example like hard work versus talent? I'd say that like with Naruto, right? If you watch that, there's Rock Lee. He's the example of, like, you know, hard work that can beat talent. But unfortunately, Gaara, he's fucking OP. He's already like talented by having all that like that shit with him. And also there's plot armor, so rip.
Like me, come here.
Oh yeah, no.
He was probably wearing a cowl.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nice talking, man. And yeah, you gotta go work. Oh, and if you haven't joined my Discord, I highly recommend it too. I've been actually like posting a lot, like, you know, posting a lot more on my Discord.
If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
Because I know, like, I'll be honest that I haven't been as active, and you know what? I decided to change things, and it's got a lot more, you know. I decided to, like, you know, just message, you know, post messages, pics, and all that. And you also you can get up to date too when I'm like streaming or whatnot. So just to let you know, if you like my Discord, it should be in my, like, if you go on my main page, it should be there with my other links, like my YouTube channel and my Twitter as well. Yeah, for sure, man. Take care. It was actually nice. Like, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear. Are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
You said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I too swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... it is different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here. Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well.
Oh shit.
Found her. Ready, brother?
I'm always ready. Are you ready? Ew. Woo! Keep it coming. Is that it? How simple.
What now?
Oh shit, unless there's a big boss. Let's go.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
Woo! Gotcha, bitch. Stack it up. Oh shit. Whee! Shit. Woo! And now for the finisher. Break him. Oh shit. Yep. Take it point blank. Holy shit, this dude's tough. Just stack it up. Shit. Oh shit. Okay. Fuck. Yep. Keep it coming. Woo! Counter time. Oh shit. Nice try. Wah!
Farewell.
There more? Oh shit.
Damn it.
Oh fuck. Rip.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
That's a duty.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
It's hot.
Found her. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will. The ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Okay. Got a few more left.
Come on. Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Have care.
hell? Whee! Oh shit! Run, run, run!
Back to the stables, Carl. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Okay. Boss fight?
Locked up tight.
No. Okay, how the hell am I? Okay, I guess I have to go around here. That's a great way to build up. Keep getting up. Woo!
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Oh, creepy. Oh shit. Woo! Fucking awesome. Oh, not dead? Get out of here.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. What happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I feared. Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
The hell? Well, so, okay, so I have to go upstairs then. Sounds good. Ah, shit. Woo!
downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Woo! Thanks, bro. Okay. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. Wait, did I check everything yet? Okay, where the hell is it? What the? Wait, I thought, wasn't I just here? Or somewhere else. No, I came here. What the hell was the other place then?
If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives.
Where the hell could you be hiding? Okay. It's not here. Maybe go to the other one? No. Alright, sure. Oh. Okay, okay, never mind, I can. Yo. Got a bad feeling about this.
We can find down here.
Oh god, this is a little
Survivor. She sounds close.
Hello, survivor.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Oh shit.
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Okay, how the hell am I supposed to get over there? Then? Front it. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's help that girl out. Let's take care of the big bad monster.
Beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Ow. Fuck you. Woo! Right? Ah! Wah-ya! Stack it up. Oh shit. Fuck off. Alright, you're done. You gonna run at me like that? Get out of here.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick.
sacrifice to have been in vain.
No, of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Wait, so that means I got more hunts then. Marauder, Grim, Knight. Probably go in order. Grim Reaper. Let's see first.
Haida Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived.
Should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Thanks.
Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that lot, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the Cursebreakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Good night.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
There's something about it.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady
Why
Ariane's
you,
head
my
steward
boy?
Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped.
I have never heard that word before. Parsimonious. What the hell does that mean?
Happy to hear it.
Look it up.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor.
Parsimonious means.
Of course, Uncle.
Was it? Oh, so it's pretty much cheap. I'm a pretty parsimonious guy myself. I'll say that. I try not to spend too much, honestly. It's really cool. I learned a new word. But I just go with cheap. So I guess parsimonious is just fancy.
Get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with a kashik.
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, Perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man! Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep. And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal! Criminal? How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding...
Lock him up! Beat him!
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the bloody outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Oh man, what does that smell outside? It's probably dinner cooking up.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,